Me versus Canelo is a very good fight. I'm the bigger man. I have the longer reach. Look who we lost to, Dimitri Bivol, a bigger man, 6 foot.
If you and Jake fought, how long is that?
Not that long.
I will pay homage to him because fair play. If he jumps in there with Canelo Alvarez, he'll get absolutely fucking destroyed, and it would be fast, it would be messy, and it would be bad for his health as well.
I can't give Jake Paul any more compliments than I'm giving him. All I said was he'll never be a world champion and he'll never beat Canelo Alvarez.
The boxing world is abuzz with the announcement of a potential July showdown between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez. Jake Paul has long pursued this fight, asserting that his size and reach advantages would make for a compelling matchup. In an interview, Paul stated, "I think I could be fighting against Canelo Alvarez for the WBC or UBO championship belt." He has consistently expressed confidence in his ability to challenge Alvarez, envisioning about at 200 pounds for the cruiserweight championship. This announcement has left the box community stunned, as many never anticipated such a fight materializing.
Me versus Canelo is a very good fight. I'm the bigger man. I have the longer reach. Look who we lost to, Dimitri Bivol, a bigger man, 6 foot.
If you and Jake fought, how long is that?
Not that long.
Would you play with him a little bit? Would you carry him a little bit further?
Yeah, well, I think that people is doing it. For me, not right now because I'm chasing other things in my career. But
Jake Paul took to Twitter to announce his biggest fight yet, stating its time set July 5th, New York, New York. The long-awaited showdown with Canelo Alvarez is finally happening, sending shockwaves through the boxing world. Paul has been chasing this fight for years, and now it's officially on. Tank Davis reacted to the shocking news of Canelo versus Jake Paul with a blunt response he took to Twitter, saying, "Eric, I'm looking for flowers," seemingly unfazed by the mop. While the boxing world debates the fight, Tank remains focused on his own path. Jake Paul, a YouTuber turned boxer, has been vocal about his desire to face Canelo Alvarez for several years. In a 2021 interview, Paul stated, "I think I could be fighting against Canelo Alvarez for the WBC or WBO championship belt." This ambition was initially met with skepticism, but Paul's persistence has kept the conversation alive.
You said that you'd like to go up against Canelo Alvarez. What gives you the right to call it a 59-2 boxer, one of the greatest of all time, when you've not yet proven yourself?
I'm predicting what's going to happen
In
3 more years
Three
from now.
years. So 3
I'm
years.
going to get to his skill level and beat him. I have one of the greatest self-belief systems in the world, and I know what I'm capable of, and with this new team, I can give Canelo a serious run for it.
In November 2024, Jake Paul faced boxing legend Mike Tyson in an 8-round heavyweight match at Ant Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Despite Tyson being 58 years old, the fight garnered significant attention. Paul emerged victorious by unanimous decision, with judges scoring the bout 80-72, 79-73, and 79-73 in his favor. This victory added a notable name to Paul's list of opponents, bolstering his confidence and standing in the boxing community. Champion. And
then for your girlfriend Yuta to win Olympic gold. Yeah, we just have all the belts. That's insane in the world. That's crazy. And then we should just retire after that. So look, are you happy with your performance in the fight? Are you happy with the way the night went down? I wish he would have, put up a better fight, so then I could have risen more and done more. And he was surviving. He was. So before you went out, but I think that everybody just wants him to win. Wanted Mike to win, but
Dude, people really don't like us. People really want to see you get knocked out.
Yeah, what did I have to do then?
You climbed on top of the KBLA newsman.
Hilarious.
You wasted the government's money.
How?
Because the FBI had to raid the house.
They wasted their own money. They wasted their own money. Why would they do that? And then it's nothing ever came from it. They didn't even know what they were doing.
Canelo Alvarez has a busy schedule ahead. He is slated to fight Terence Crawford in September 2025 in Riyadh, a highly anticipated matchup that has generated significant buzz in the boxing community. Prior to that, there were expectations for Canelo to face William Skull in May. However, reports suggest that instead of fighting Skull or Christian, and Billy Canelo has agreed to a high-profile bout with Jake Paul. This decision underscores the commercial appeal and intrigue surrounding a potential Canelo-Paul matchup. All right,
let's do this. Canelo versus Crawford confirmed.
not a rumor, not speculation, not he said, she said, or someone leaking a story, confirmed. And I guess the confirmation doesn't get much more rock solid than the Ring magazine putting the story out first. Ring magazine, obviously owned by Turkey. Turkey would have been the one to put this deal together, and Turkey would have had to give it the green light for the Ring magazine to even put that story out. That's as confirmation as you need it. That's it. The fight will happen in September. Touch wood, no injuries. Wow. Easily the biggest fight of 2025. I said a few days ago, Benavidez Morale was my most intriguing fight of 2025. Obviously, that's now been put down to second place because this has been announced. Nothing can be announced to top.
Canelo Alvarez has expressed a dismissive attitude toward Jake Paul's challenges. He has stated that he is focused on his own career and is unbothered by Paul's call-outs. Canelo emphasized that he doesn't need the fight against Paul and is not interested in being part of what he perceives as spectacle. This perspective aligns with comments from boxing analysts who suggest that Canelo views a fight with Paul as more entertainment than sport.
Would you ever do like exhibitions like that, or like people like Jake Paul call you out, or these like other big stars? Like, is that business-wise like even worth it?
When I'm done with boxing, why not? Maybe I do it. I think it's
Like when you're done like competing at the highest level, you're saying?
Yeah, I think it's good because what happened there is other people who never watch boxing, or they don't know anything about boxing. They wanna watch Jake Paul because he's coming from he bring fans from other world. Right? That's good because everybody enjoy it.
Would you ever entertain that idea when you're done?
Maybe.
The potential fight between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez, noting that it could be a massive event. Paul's recent bout with Mike Tyson, despite Tyson being in his 60s, added a legendary name to Paul's resume. Canelo, recognized as one of the greatest fighters of all time, would represent a significant step up in competition.
Canelo Alvarez versus Jake Paul in May. That's what ESPN will say. ESPN in Spanish is reporting. ESPN in Spanish does a million times better than ESPN in English when it comes to boxing. It's just factual. So I really trust their relationship in the boxing world versus the American counterpart, that it's always hit or miss. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they pick sources, they don't source where they got it from. But ESPN in Spanish is saying it's very serious talks between Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul to fight in the USA in May. There's going to be a joint promotion from Canelo Promotion, from MVP Promotions, and from PBC. I've heard about this fight about 5 months ago, that there was talks about it happening. They couldn't really run with it because it didn't look like that was the direction, but anything is possible. And Jake Paul did tease that he has a big announcement in January. So this may be the big announcement he's working on. But what do you guys think? Canelo and Jake Paul. Jake Paul's been in boxing 5 years. Canelo Alvarez has been in boxing since he was a kid. Been a professional since he was 15. He's fought the likes of Mayweather, Cotto, Danny Jacobs. So many off the top of my head. Hero Angulo, Big Bart, Mungia, Berlanga, and Austin Trout. And so many legends on his resume. Shane Mosley and James Kirkland. And Canelo worked very hard to be at the division that he's in. A 4-division champion and undisputed at 68. And him and Jake Paul, marketing wise, could be a massive success. Everyone knows Canelo is a rock star. Everyone knows Jake Paul is very popular. It's hard to top Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, but there's one fight that could top it. This may be it. So this would be interesting. And Jake Paul, he shared the ring with Mike Tyson. You know, a lot of people want to see revenge. Even Canelo said he would fight him in revenge for Mike Tyson. So this may be on Netflix again, and if it is, that was a movie they really invested in.
Instead of facing William Skull or Christian, and Billy Canelo Alvarez has chosen to fight Jake Paul in July. This decision has surprised many in the boxing community. UFC President Dana White has weighed in on the potential Canelo-Paul fight, suggesting that it would be an easy payday for Canelo. White implied that Canelo could earn a substantial sum fighting a more legitimate opponent and questioned the competitive merit of a bout with Paul. Moreover, boxing icon Floyd Mayweather has expressed a critical view of Jake Paul's aspirations to fight Canelo Alvarez. Mayweather suggested that Paul would be overwhelmed by Canelo's skill and experience, stating that Paul would shine only until he faced a real fighter who could actually fight. This assessment underscores the significant challenge Paul would face against a boxer of Canelo's stature.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Have you been impressed?
But one thing I like about one thing I do like he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it.
Is he? And look, there are many people who you're the most talented fighter ever. Period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents, or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's going to continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not going to be that good.
Does he have the ability, with what you've seen, to continue to mold himself into somebody who can actually? He told me before his goal is to fight Canelo, so that's where his mindset is.
It get fucked up by Canelo. I'm sorry, just to let you.
Yeah, you can curse.
I apologize, but
no problem.
There's no way he get demolished. But for what he's doing, as long as they keep getting YouTubers and keep putting them in there with MMA guys.
Legendary Mexican boxer Julio Cesar Chavez has commented on the potential matchup, acknowledging that while Jake Paul isn't as skilled as Canelo, he isn't entirely without ability. Chavez suggested that Paul could hold his own to some extent, indicating that the fight might be more competitive than some critics anticipate.
Jake Paul's not been shy about wanting to fight Canelo Alvarez one day. Do you think we'll ever see that fight?
Difficult to make the fight with the weight difference and promotions.
Scale 1 to 10, how far away is their skill set right now? 10 being Canelo, let's say 0's the bottom. Where's Jake Paul on that scale?
Maybe 7.
Is that high?
Maybe 6, 7, yeah. No, I think of Jake's like not a great skilled boxer, but he's very strong and he can box. So 3 or 4 more fights, he can fight.
Former world champion Andrew Ward has offered insight into Canelo Alvarez's reluctance to engage in a fight with Jake Paul. Ward suggested that Canelo might not want to be part of what he perceives as a circus, given Paul's background as a YouTuber and entertainer rather than a traditional boxer.
I understood where Canelo's coming from. Anybody for that matter. If, like you say, if you've been in a fire, how dare anybody come to me and act like I'm supposed to fight you? And, you're a YouTuber that turned to boxing, and I'm a champion walking around here, and y'all acting like I need it. Do you think they're justified in feeling annoyed when people come at them like that about Jake Paul?
I understand completely where Canelo's coming from. If I was an active fighter, I wouldn't entertain it either. You in the fire and you still in the game like that, you got real issues and beef going on. You got real opponents like dudes that can really hurt you, but you need to figure out how to beat them and when we go fight and all that kind of stuff. I don't have time to entertain circus. I don't have time for you to have my name even associated with a dude that ain't really a fighter like that. So I understand completely good. He ain't got a lot of time to entertain that kind of stuff, but you know how it goes, Stephen. And people say they're not interested in something until that number get large enough, and all of a sudden it's going to make it.
Retired British boxer Carl Froh has been openly critical of Jake Paul's ambitions, describing Paul as absolutely useless in the ring. Froh expressed disbelief that after fighting Mike Tyson, Paul would seek a bout with Canelo, both legendary boxers. He suggested that Paul would be just one punch away from defeat against Canelo, emphasizing the disparity in skill and experience.
Mentioned me before, and there'll be people out there saying, Carl talking about himself, he's after a payday. Listen, I'm not after a payday. I'm doing all right. There's no problems with my finances. But I'll take the fucking payday, of course I will. And I'll end Jake Paul with one punch. I'm going there one-armed and beat this guy. He can't box. He's absolutely fucking useless, which we saw last night with Mike Tyson. Talking about Canelo Alvarez. I've not mentioned Canelo Alvarez. It's just laughable. Jake Paul, Canelo Alvarez. Can you imagine? I mean, Jake Paul fancies that and he jumps in the ring with him. I will pay homage to him because fair play. If he jumps in there with Canelo Alvarez, he'll get absolutely fucking destroyed, and it will be fast, it will be messy, and it will be bad for his health as well.
Jake Paul remains confident that a fight between him and Canelo Alvarez will happen, and that he will win, shocking the world. He believes he has proven doubters wrong in the past, citing his victories over Tyrone Woodley and Anderson Silva. He emphasizes that people think he's crazy until he proves them wrong. Paul has also suggested that Canelo needs in for a payday, asserting that his popularity would make the fight financially lucrative for both. Jake Paul has been vocal about his desire to fight Canelo Alvarez, especially after his recent victory over Mike Tyson. He believes that defeating Canelo will establish him as the new face of boxing.
Do you have a call out in mind, or are you kind of just going to see where it takes?
No, I mean, I do. It's Canelo. This moment will prove that I'm the face of boxing, the largest attraction. Me versus Canelo at 200 pounds for the cruiserweight championship is the biggest fight, arguably even bigger than me versus Tyson, and it makes so much sense. And, you know, Canelo's on his way out. He's going to want a payday, and I want to show the world that all the shit I've been talking about beating Canelo is actually true, and I'll have the biggest upset in the sport of boxing, and we will fight to really see who is the face. After this event, I'm going to be claiming it. I beat his gate record, so I'm beating the ticket sales, all of that stuff, so I'm going to be the new one.
To questions about Jake Paul, Canelo Alvarez commented that it would take Paul's entire life to knock him out. He expressed confidence in his abilities and seemed unbothered by Paul's challenge. Could you kill me in less than 10 seconds? Theoretically, could be yes. Or no, yes, 1, 2, no. I'm not going to kill you right now. I don't want problems. You had to fight Jake Paul on limited rounds. But after every round, Jake Paul gets all of his energy back. How long would it take for him to beat you? He's called whole life. Do you respect him at all? I respect everybody. So that was a soft no. I respect everybody. You know he's doing his thing. And he find you had to play a round of golf with anyone throughout the course of Tiger. But on the 18th hole, you have to knock them out. Who would it be? A Tiger Wood. So you're comfortable with fighting him and knock no. Because I like to play with him. 18, he's maybe I escaped and not come out. But I already play with him. Who's the most Mexican person that is not from Mexico? You know the guy with his name. He married with a Mexican girl. Actor is Mamo. Yeah, Aquaman. Know the guy made Schneider. Canelo also mentioned that he wants to avenge Mike Tyson's loss to Jake Paul, which is why he is considering the fight. Jake Paul's victory over Mike Tyson was met with skepticism, with many believing the match was fixed. Similarly, when Paul announced a potential fight with Canelo, doubters emerged again. Even if Paul wins against Canelo, there are concerns that people will claim the match was rigged, leaving Paul in a challenging position. KSI has weighed in on the potential fight, stating that Jake Paul will struggle and eventually get knocked out. He remarked Jake will struggle and eventually get knocked out.
Could you kill me in less than 10 seconds? Theoretically.
Could be.
Yes or no?
Yes.
1, 2.
No, I kill you right now. I don't got problems.
You have to fight Jake Paul, unlimited rounds, but after every round, Jake Paul gets all of his energy back. How long would it take for him to beat you?
He's cold, right?
Do you respect him at all?
I respect everybody.
So that was a soft no.
No, I respect everybody. You know, he's doing his thing and he's fine.
You had to play a round of golf with anyone throughout the course of
Tiger Woods.
But on the 18th hole, you have to knock them out. Who would it be?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. So you're comfortable with fighting him and not?
No, because I like to play with him 18 holes. Maybe I skipped and not come out, but I already played with him.
Who's the most Mexican person that is not from Mexico?
You know, the guy, his name, he married with a Mexican girl. Actor.
¿Es Momoa?
Yeah.
Aquaman?
No, the guy made el muchacho que hizo una película que se puso muchas partes de animales también.
Eddie Hearn also commented, expressing his belief that Jake Paul could never be a world champion and could not beat Canelo. Hearn stated Jake Paul can never be a world champion and he can't beat Canelo ever.
Yeah. I think that's all cap, man. I think Jake would struggle and will eventually get knocked out by Canelo. He'll just get found out. But I think I'll just finish him off anyway. When I get to him, I think I'll just end this whole charade.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.
He got under his skin. You know, I can't give Jake Paul any more compliments than I'm giving him. All I said was he'll never be a world champion and he'll never beat Canelo Alvarez. Do you agree with that? Do you think he'll beat a world champion?
Oh, it depends. People, well, you know how I don't want to say anybody can be world champion, but that doesn't
beat. I said to him the other day, you can't just get a vacant belt.
If it's it's very difficult.
A world champ,
no, I don't think so. Unless it's at a weight where it's a weak division, but the odds are stacked against him.
You're even contemplating him.
Look, Fielding was a champion, like Eddie,
he wouldn't beat Rocky Fielding in a million years.
Maybe not. I don't know. You don't give much stock to Rocky Fielding,
I'm saying he wouldn't beat Rocky Fielding in a million years. So I give, Rocky Fielding. Like you talk about, Jake's not a fighter. What is wrong with his figure? It's amazing. I could probably beat Jake Paul. That's how bad it is. And Tommy Fury might beat Jake Paul. But I love Jake Paul. I think he's great for boxing. He's just taken it very personally that I just said he won't beat Canelo Alvarez, which is remarkable. But I love what he's doing, and I love his passion, and I love his belief. I'm just giving my opinion. It's not. I'm not.
All the greats have to have that belief.
Say.
That's what he tweeted. Did you read the tweet? Just someone called him delusional for thinking that. And
Marcos, how long have you been around boxing?
12 years.
Do you think at 24 years old, or whatever it is, with no boxing experience, you go, I'm going to go and beat Canelo Alvarez, all right? See you in a few years.